Hi, everybody. We're really excited to bring you a new series called Beyond the Cloud from Codurance. So this is going to be a new series of conversations between myself and my colleague, Rob, here. Hey, Rob.
Hello.
Hi. We're kind of talking about migration and modernisation, the business drivers and some of the challenges, what we've seen through our conversations, myself with our cloud partners and Rob with our customers. Really just here to help you on that journey to modernisation, to sort of give you some new ideas and actions to help you on that on the way. So just a bit about myself. I'm Natalie Gray, our Head of Partnerships here at Codurance. We work with a number of the cloud partners, including AWS and Microsoft, to help our customers drive more success on the cloud. Rob, do you want to give a quick overview on yourself?
Yeah, thank you. So my name's Rob Graham, the head of sales for Codurance, which is effectively it's kind of putting together the commercial strategy for Codurance. How are we going to accelerate the growth into new markets, not just in the UK, but elsewhere within Europe and in the US as well? And then how do we better support the service lines that we offer to our clients so we're able to kind of really drive change within their organizations? And just a quick introduction into Codurance for those that haven't heard of us before. So we were born out of the software craftsmanship community, and software craftsmanship really it's a movement that was born here in the UK. Both our co-founders Sandra and Mash, they brought the craftsmanship movement over from the US in 2010 and started what's known as the LSCC, which is the London Software Craftsmanship Community, and it was really a movement of emphasizing the coding skills of software developers. Regardless of the technology language that they work with, it's more around how we enabling kind of sustainability and scale with the code that was being developed within any organization. That was a quick bit about me and Codurance.
Cool. So in this series then, as I say, we're going to be talking about migrations, modernisation. It's going to be a weekly series. So every week we'll be releasing a new episode. And if you want to join the conversation, then do follow Codurance. It's at Codurance on our social channels where you can get involved in the conversation. We'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas to get involved, to have a two-way conversation. So if you've got any thoughts or if there's any topics or themes that you think would be interesting to cover, really from a kind of business perspective around sort of cloud migration and modernisation, and to make that a little bit easier for your organisation, then do reach out to us and follow us on those channels. Rob, any further thoughts or some of the topics that you think we're going to be covering over the next few weeks?
I think there's a lot of different topics that we can kind of expose and go deeper into over the next couple of weeks. And I think from the position that the kind of sales teams have in different organizations, we're privileged in the sense that we get to speak to a lot of individuals within different organizations, different industries, and that are at different stages of kind of adopting the cloud themselves, whether they're very early on in that journey or whether or not they've kind of made that attempt and kind of got that footprint in the cloud. And it's now around how are you optimizing the services that are there and how are you modernizing your infrastructure to really take advantage of being in the cloud. And it'll be good to kind of, focusing more on that kind of the commercial side of it, as opposed to obviously going deep into the technical elements of moving into the cloud, and how we can talk about some of the common themes that we see happening from kind of organization to organization, all the way from how do you actually identify that the business is ready to move into the cloud and where do you start? I think the number one reason that a lot of organizations fail moving into the cloud successfully, or at least when they were hoping to from a cost perspective or time, is generally a lack of planning. And I think it's underestimating what's involved when you move to the cloud. So I think talking about migration strategies and the IT planning side of things, and how do you bring kind of the different stakeholders or buying from the larger organization into something like cloud migration, because it's so important that different areas of the business that will be affected by this are also brought into the move to the cloud. And especially as more and more people are looking to adopt it. I think it mentioned about 43% of organizations are looking at moving workloads into the cloud over the next 12 to 24 months. So there's definitely a huge opportunity for a lot of these migrations to go wrong, but then hopefully through kind of sharing the insights that we have through, again, that privilege of speaking to so many different people, we can hopefully share a bit of insight into how do you kind of plan for a migration into the cloud, and what does that actually mean in terms of planning as well.
Before we kind of wrap up, why should people listen to us talking about this? It'd be interesting your perspective on, Codurance's pedigree and why people should be interested to hear what we've got to say.
Getting to hang out with us for a couple of minutes every week, of course, and the stories that we might share. I think, from a Codurance perspective, as we said kind of at the beginning, we come from that kind of really, I want to say niche environment of software craftsmanship, where the quality and the ability of the people that are actually doing the work is what's emphasized, as opposed to the business drivers of doing it, which of course are important, and they play into that kind of planning phase. But it's also the execution that's more important than any of it. I think with any project or any migration, it's never the technology that's the problem, it's the people that are manipulating or trying to work it. So I think from the Codurance perspective and from that deep roots within the software craftsmanship community, we really do kind of understand the importance of the people side of it and the quality that goes into it. And we've been an organization, we're in our 10th year now, and we've done a lot of migrations into the cloud, whether it's migrations from kind of on-premise into the cloud. We generally understand what it takes to go through that journey, and again, where organizations are going to potentially stumble, where there's going to be different objections from different parts of the organization as to what's actually happening. And again, it's that lack of planning. And again, we've done quite a lot of these in the past, and it'll be really good to start actually sharing some of the experience that we've got, not just from, as we all do as software consultancies, not just from the technical perspective and the technologies that we use. If we're trying to take an organization into AWS serverless, which is really exciting, and it's really kind of, you can go quite technical into how it works and the elasticity of it and all that. But when we talk about what that actually means for a business and the ability it gives them, whether it's from an observability perspective, the cost optimization perspective, and then again, the repercussions of that allows them to continuously scale their business. It allows them to move into new markets because they're now away from on-premise infrastructure and in the cloud. It allows them to start adopting new products or features a lot quicker because you've got more automation and you've got kind of quicker releases that can happen within the teams. So I think being able to talk a bit more about that, more from, like we said, that business side of things, what really drives the business. I think that's why a lot of organizations, hopefully will enjoy something like this. So it's a different perspective into the conversation of cloud. And again, it's that kind of pedigree of experience, let's say, that Codurance has that we can start hopefully talking about as well.
Definitely. So I think that's everything for today. Just to recap then, we'll be running these sessions weekly. We know you're really busy, so we'll only be taking up sort of 15-20 minutes of our audience's time every week. So kind of fairly short, sort of bite-sized sessions. And do follow us at Codurance if you've got any thoughts, ideas, or want to get involved in the conversation. And we'll see you next time for our first episode.